Are you ready to see who's winning these awards tonight? And the 2020 AP Coach of the Year is, help me, Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland Browns, yeah!
Thank you very much for this honor. I'm incredibly humbled, especially given some of the coaching that we witnessed this season around the NFL. You know, my name may be on this award, but I think this speaks to the amazing support that I get day in and day out from my coaching staff at the Cleveland Browns. I'm very glad I don't have to do this by myself. And then the players. It helps to have good players. And I appreciate how they worked every single day, week in and week out, how they fought. I appreciate that from those guys. Again, thank you for this award. Go Browns.
I was talking to Wyatt and Jack, and I saw Greedy, and I saw JoJo for the first time in a while. Delpit looks great. What's up, guys? Long time no see. Good to see you.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We have Coach in the room, but we'll follow our similar format to ask a question.
All right, good to see everybody. Normally we'd be doing this down in Indianapolis, but this will have to do. You know, as we sit here in March, my focus, our focus as a staff, as a team, is we have to get better. We have to improve and really pull this thing apart and find ways to improve schematically. We have to evolve. And as we move forward into this offseason, we'll see how it all shakes out. But the fact that we're bringing all of our coaches back, I think, is a very, very big deal. And I'm very proud of that fact.
I think coaching continuity is a huge deal, and we're so fortunate to bring everybody back. I think in year two, we understand each other, we understand the scheme, we're pushing each other, and I think that should, in theory, show up with the players as you begin to teach your systems again.
I'm really proud of what Coach Stefanski was able to do from day one, from the first meeting we had on Zoom, and starting the process of what type of culture that we were going to have here under him.
The way he's pulled us together when we weren't even in the same states in the offseason, and how we had that connection and that feeling of brotherhood between one another, it's hard to do.
This is an outstanding place to work, and it starts with Coach Stefanski. I mean, he's always pushing the assistants to be better within their roles, and he truly cares about the development of each of us.
That's what's cool about being part of the staff. Coach Stefanski is like, he'll ask anybody a question and anyone can talk.
These coaches, we help each other in terms of how to motivate the players. We're always talking personnel, always trying to improve and help our guys improve on the field and off the field.
We really did a deep combing through of who we were in 2020, what we can get better at, and then as you turn the page, you start to apply those things.
Since the day it ended, we had a paper schedule, printed off, and here's what every day is going to look like, starting with how are we going to get better, looking at ourselves, so it's just a process.
I think there's a perception of how things have been done in the NFL, and that this is how you find success. Coach Stefanski's got his own way of going about it, and it works.
He knows exactly what it is he wants to do. His philosophy is great. It's about the players.
I'm really excited to be here, and I'm encouraged by what I see on the field and also off the field. It's a great staff that Kevin's put together.
I think we're excited as a group with what we built, but we know we got a lot of work left to do, and we're going to have to come and put everything we have into it this season to get the results we want.
We want more, and I feel like that's what we're aiming for, and that's really going to be our focus, is taking the next step.
And guess what? Now we have the video to teach off of. So now it's all of our job together, coaches, players, organizationally, to go, this is the standard. It needs to look like this.
I just know as a young coach, the more we could talk technique and talk fundamentals, it really informed me and allowed me to become a better coach. And sharing information throughout our staff from young and old, offense and defense, I just think it's so important as it informs us and hopefully allows us to become better coaches.
No in-person workouts at the Scouting Combine this year. They're not going to be on the field. It's going to be a very, very different year. 11 months after the pandemic started, we're still seeing very tangible impact.
Not having a combine is really more challenging from a coordination and logistics standpoint, because normally you go to Indianapolis, the physicals are centrally coordinated. At least 45 of your interviews are centrally coordinated. Your psychological testing is centrally coordinated, and then obviously you get a chance to see guys, run and jump and do all those things.
So this year was a complete 180 from what it was last year. Last year we were obviously able to see the guys in Indy up close, personal. You can actually see them as who they are. You can see them participating in their drills. This year we didn't have that one-on-one interaction with them. We relied very heavily on our road scouts to get out to the pro days and use that time as what would be a Indianapolis combine.
The amount of pro days this spring is just going to be way, way lower because there's a very limited number of FCS schools. So most guys are getting where they need to go pretty easily and aren't too stressed by the travel or proximity issues. So, in a normal year, we're having, I would normally have 20 pro days, and this year I have 11 or 12. One of the biggest priorities in planning for pro days is the scheduling component. And really this is just to ensure we have a presence and proper coverage at all the pro days across the country, mainly to get the measurable and verified information on all the various prospects. Megan is taking care of the booklets. Everybody is getting a new stopwatch and some new gear. So everybody should have what they need and be ready to hit the road. Life for a road scout is heavy travel. We're on the road for approximately 150 to 200 nights out of the year. Really, pro days are a time for us, the NFL, to try to normalize and standardize and see everybody on a level playing field. For instance, AB and the coaches can sit in the draft room and have an apples to apples comparison while they're watching a linebacker per se from Ohio State versus a linebacker at Kentucky. We truly try to standardize the drills and the testing so they have a apples to apples comparison and really able to see those players side by side. Pro days are in many ways a job interview for these players. We want to see how well they've prepared over the last few months and also want to see how well they perform relative to others. And this is really, again, their last chance to make an impression on us as a club.
The bigger challenge is now, while you're used to having the bulk of the scheduling and logistics taken care of at the combine, and then you really supplement around it with guys you may want to spend extra time with or guys that were non-combine invite. Everything, the entire onus is laid on the club.
In a pre-COVID world, when we were at the combine, we knew the exact schedule of when we would be interviewing the players. The players had their schedules. This year, you're working with an agent and a player that, you're calling them, you're texting them, whatever works best, and then you're relying on them to make that appointment, keep the appointment, and remember the appointment.
So we're going to talk about maybe 20 minutes worth of football here. Should be pretty laid back. Kiff, why don't you introduce yourself and you can take it from there.
That is an element that you missed this year, and when typically you get a pretty good sense of guys in February, but it's nothing that's insurmountable. We'll be where we need to be by the time the draft comes, and we're making good progress as we go through the spring.
Last year it was like the wild, wild west for pro days since everything was getting canceled last minute. So we had random people sending iPhone videos of their workouts. Now, depending on how the school did it, they try and follow a uniform thing now, especially with no combine. Some teams do measurements. They'll show you the measurements of their hand and probably send you all of his 40s from different angles, show his jump and everything.
The school will reach out to us and say, do you want our pro day? Every video guy compiles all the workouts that take place on that day, and we're putting those into our Exos system. And we are giving the coaches and scouts access to that system both here in the building in Berea and virtually on their iPads.
As all these pro days come in, it's part of our process this time of year is when we're going back through our board. We obviously rewatch everything and, we're going to watch every player's individual workout at their pro day just like we would a combine workout and use that as a piece of our evaluating puzzle. That really just kind of helps shape the final trajectory of our board and kind of gets us through to the final stage of, really prepping strategy-wise for the draft. So we feel like we're fully ready to go.
General mindset entering free agency really any year is just trying to be opportunistic and aggressive, improving all areas of the roster. I think we were in a position where we had enough flexibility from a cap perspective where if we felt there was a player who aligned with our needs, we could go and aggressively attack a player towards the top of the market. And I think that that's something that we were really able to accomplish with the guys that we added to the mix.
Hello?
Hey, John, it's Megan with the Browns. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. Hey, I just wanted to call and get some information from you so we can get you to Cleveland tomorrow and get you all squared away with your contract and kind of get you rolling here in Cleveland.
All right.
Don Johnson III now leaving LA and going to Cleveland to DD.
This is a 25-year-old young man who was voted a team captain, who was his defensive play caller. He is exactly the type of player that the Browns want.
The Browns did agree to a one-year, $4 million deal with Takk McKinley.
There are reports today the Browns are hosting free agent linebacker Anthony Walker.
And you talk about finessing free agency in a very patient way. Props to GM Andrew Berea.
Yo, JJ3, look, just got back from the hospital for my physical. I've been MRI, EKG, X-ray, laser beam, and look, ooh, I'm home. In my hotel room, I had a view of First Energy Stadium. That's first off, so I was like, wow, this is really it. And I just felt like people looking at me, and I was like, there's no way they know who I am. And like, I see somebody was like, hey, just do your thing this year. I'm like, what? Oh, like literally not even 24 hours here. So I was like, oh, that's what type of time it's gonna be. Imagine when I start, making plays. I made it to the facility. About to get this COVID test so I can go check it out. Today, I woke up a little bit before 7, I had to take a COVID test, met everyone here from coaches to player engagement to equipment. They're all top flight, so I'm impressed.
Cleveland, excited to be a Brown. Can't wait to get to work, cannot wait.
I was nervous for sure, but then again, my first NFL visit when I was in college, it was to the Cleveland Browns, so it's just crazy how life, just goes full circle or whatnot. I care, about my image, I care about the Browns' image, and I just want to win.
Good morning. Looking fresh, man.
Oh, man,
like
business, man. Get a little orange going on, officially a Cleveland Brown. Yes, sir.
Morning, good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good to have you here. Blessed to be here, blessed to be here.
Yeah, that's a big deal to be able to see your players in person and shake their hand and look them in the eyes. That was something that we missed out on and really didn't get to till training camp of last year. So I see great value in that human interaction that we've all been missing, and hopefully that becomes the norm when you're able to be in person with our players. It's a big deal for us. Told you on the phone, right? Getting the player you are, but getting the person that you are, that matters.
Ooh, what up, Coach? Hey, welcome. Man, why are you dressed for an interview?
Hey, man, it's business, man. It's business, man. I gotta, it's all business. Sharp. All business from here on out.
Did you let them know what number you're wearing yet?
55.
Yeah.
55.
55 and 95.
55 and 95. Y'all be ready. I cannot wait.
This is your home, man.
Hey, I'm liking it. I'm loving it.
Meeting the coaches, I've heard nothing but great things. I've kind of already had an idea of how they were going to be, but it's just a perfect fit. Like, they really care and they really just want to be great, and they're good people. You can just feel it. So that's also like just a sigh of relief. Like, I'm in a good place. I know I'm in good hands.
Chubb. Baller. Tough tackle. Glad I ain't got to tackle that.
Can we get to work?
All right, man. Be good.
Appreciate it. Good combos.
You need tech?
Good call. Yeah. What up, bro?
What up, boy?
The first thing I looked at was the teams that I lost to. All right, so do they need a lead at linebacker? Because obviously they, that's my biggest thing. I want to be a winner. I want to be a part of something special.
All right, so you XL top?
XL top.
Home away from home.
It's up.
There it is.
You know the gram. They like.
It's all for the gram.
They love it for the gram.
We know that.
Fans love it already. I like the colors too, man.
Yeah.
First class. Everything first class.
I got a tour, seen the equipment room, practice fields, the aquatics room. We didn't have that at the last place I was at. So it's just a bunch of new stuff that I'm so excited about.
I'll be in here just enough, but I'm gonna try to stay away from y'all, you know?
Hey, so it's good to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. The culture changing, like you see it. I mean, I can't wait, you know, even just talk to Miles and see, you know, what does he see? Clearly his way has been getting the job done. So you tell me, what's the secret, bro? Like, tell me.
Happy to be here, man. You know, it's not really often where you say, man, I'm leaving, you know, a great team and I'm going to a great team, you know? So yeah, I'm excited.
It's a relief that, you know, you made the right decision and, you know, you're at a place where you're gonna do great things. So I'm excited. You get a genuine excitement of going to work every day, looking at the building and stepping foot in here.
Browns have already brought in John Johnson from the Rams. Now they've got another former Ram going into that secondary.
It's Troy Hill, Patrick, the cornerback from the Rams.
Intercepted. Troy Hill has a touchdown in back-to-back weeks. Touchdown Rams.
Yeah, really excited about Troy and what he can bring to that back end. I think he can excel inside at that nickel. You saw it. He's competitive. He can run fit, he can blitz, and he can play outside. It's not one of those guys where, well, he could do this, but he, you know, we don't really want him to do this. He really can do both. I thought that was something that jumped out on tape.
What's up, Troy?
How you doing?
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
You all right?
Yeah, good.
Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah, came all the way back.
That's awesome. Yeah, sit down, please.
I'm a hometown kid. I come back to a city like this, Cleveland, who go through so much and, you know what I'm saying, fight through adversity, and this is a building city and everything. I feel like it's a perfect match for me. I can relate. I can relate to everything that they go through, and I can relate to, you know what I'm saying, the people out here, because my family's in the same situation. So I feel like the sky's the limit for this team and for myself too. So like I said, I gotta thank God for giving me this opportunity and everything. So
probably one thing about your teammate Troy Hill. Did you not recruit him? You didn't talk to him after you signed?
I had talked to him. I wouldn't say I recruited, but, you know, I had said, like, hey, man, look, if things ain't adding up, you know how I am. You can get right over here with me. So, and like I said, when he texted me that he was coming here, I didn't believe him. I was like, I thought he was just talking. And then I saw the news break, and I was just like, okay, it's business now.
he like sent me a emoji with I forget who was on it, but he was like this, telling me to come on home. So I mean, I was excited about that. And he low-key made the decision a little easier too, just being familiar with somebody, and I know his play style, I know everything that he finna bring to the table. So I mean, he made it a lot easier for me to come home. It's officially a Cleveland Brown. You can put the helmet on. Way too big. I'm ready though. I'm excited.
I think we all viewed him as a really big part of the defensive success in LA this past year. And for us, the ability to have a corner who can play at a high level, both inside and outside, gives us a lot of flexibility, with who we currently have on the roster and who we may add moving forward.
What's up, man? How we doing? Good to see you, man. Hop on in.
Malik, obviously I had some experience with in Philadelphia. Self-made defensive tackle who had been with Joe Woods in Denver before.
Here comes pressure, and they've gotten to him. The ball is out in the end zone, and it's recovered by Malik Jackson for the touchdown.
What we like most about Malik is his ability to impact the quarterback as an interior rusher. He's a guy who's played 3-tech. He's played what we would call the big end. But really what we love about him is his length, his quickness, his tenacity as an interior rusher to give us more of a presence in passing situations, over guards and centers.
2 full 100-yard fields. This is field 1, and then field 2. We can figure later on.
I came here 10 years ago for the rookie orientation.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I remember that corner over there. This is pretty cool.
I was here back then.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to see the skies right here. For me, it's a cool moment. See it again. That's what's up. Coach Woods was on the team with me when we won the Super Bowl. He wants to bring in guys that know what it's like to win, that's been around winning. I've been around great guys like Von Miller, D. Ware, Peyton Manning, so I was able to kind of take things from them, and, he just wants me to come here and share my knowledge. And they still see value in me, not only on the field, but off the field with helping guys and teaching guys and really just trying to be a role model.
This is a football team now. This is a force to be reckoned with a young head coach who impressed me last year because he seems like he's in charge and in command and in control.
Yeah. I think the Cleveland Browns have been the same old Browns. The Browns is the Browns for a long time. This could be for real.
What a week. What a difference. We are not going into the draft looking for salvation. Quality guys were added at important positions, and I mean, yeah, you do not have a pressing need.
There are 4 overwhelming favorites in the AFC. Kansas City, Buffalo, Indy, and Cleveland. It is go time.
Cleveland is not shy in hosting big events. I'm really excited. I'm glad that we're going to be able to showcase all that we can offer here in Cleveland.
These are super important decisions for our organization, and we are going to be as thorough as we can possibly be.